Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the entirely merciful and especially merciful. Dear viewers across the planet, I greet you with the greeting of peace. So, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May peace be with you. Ameen, ameen. Dear viewers, welcome to this program under the title of Treasures from the Holy Quran. We said that we use the word treasure just because any other word, may be very difficult to be translated to the exact word. The exact words are signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning that every word and every phrase and every chunk and every ayah and every sentence has in itself a sign that it is from Allah and not from anybody else. Everyone. So all these words and phrases and sentences in the 600 pages are from Almighty Allah, as the Quran itself says. And this is a very solid proof. And it is something really, it makes everybody happy and proud of the Quran. There's no change in it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself guaranteed that He will preserve the Quran. It will never be changed. No power on the entire earth can change the Quran. Alhamdulillah. This is grace for all of us. Alhamdulillah. Blessing for all of us. And we are so proud of it. Therefore, that's why you find it in the Quran sometimes. Quran calls itself al-haqq, the truth. In other words, everything, every word, every phrase, every sentence is the truth and nothing but the truth. And therefore, when you deal with a book of this high quality, become very proud and very confident in yourself. You are explaining the meanings of the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's really a source of pride for everyone who has this responsibility to share it with others. Welcome to this program, and I'm quite sure that you are ready to take notes, and perhaps you can share these notes and these questions and these comments with others. You should begin with scholars to verify the quality of understanding that you already got from this verse. Today I'm going to cover only one verse, this is chapter number 16, and this verse is verse number 71, or Ayah number 71. This is how it reads. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. والله فضل بعضكم على بعض في الرزق فما الذين فضلوا براد رزقهم على ما ملكت أيمانهم فهم فيه سواء أفبنعمة الله يجحدون. The rough translation for this is, and Allah has preferred some of you above others in wealth and properties. Then those who are preferred will by no means hand over their wealth and properties to those whom their right hands possess, meaning servants or slaves, so that they may be equal with them in respect thereof. Do they then deny the favor of Allah? Here, this ayah has many chunks, or we can divide it into some chunks. I would begin with the last chunk that says, أَفَبِنِعْمَةِ اللَّهِ يَجْحَدُونَ. Do they deny the favor of Allah? Allah gives favor to some people above others. Can they deny that? Do they deny that? Okay, let's begin with the first one. It says, Wallahu faddala ba'dakum ala ba'd fi rizq. Allah favored some of you above others in wealth and properties. Fi rizq. This very simple ayah, it talks about a truth. Across all these hundreds, thousands of years that passed on humanity, we'd find this is a common thing. Everywhere, every location, every country, every village, every place, it's applicable. You can see it by your eye. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala favored some people above others. Some people in their wealth and properties have more wealth and properties. And I say that it is nothing but the truth. Someone would say that we can change it. We can challenge it. Can you challenge it? Think of it. Can you give your wealth, the wealth that was given to you, to others, whether they are your brothers, your maids, your servants, your slave, if you have? Can you give your wealth to them to make them equal to you? Go ahead and think of it. And by this, if you do this, you are challenging the verse. Can you share, can you give half of your properties and wealth to your slave or to your servant or to your friend? Let's see this. The answer is no, and no, and no, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who does this. Because Allah is the one who owns this rizq, all these properties and all these wealth are in the hand of Allah. He gives them to whom He wants. No matter how skillful you are in your talents, you may be the most talented human being in this era or in this region, yet you are not the most rich one. You are not the wealthiest. You are not the one who owns all the properties. There is somebody else who has been favored by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is wise enough to do this for a wisdom. Yet you don't find that there is any exception in this rule. You don't find any two are getting the same rizq as each other. Some people even look at it from limited perspective of rizq. Sometimes it is in the property, in the salary that you get, but in the house it is different, in the food it's different, in your children it's different, You cannot find 100% equality in this. And that's why, by the way, some of those ideologists that talked about making all humans are equal in issues of properties and issues of salaries, and this was really making the Muslims laugh and laugh and laugh from the bottom of their hearts, because they have the ayat, they have the signs and the statements and sentence from Almighty Allah that assures that this is not going to happen. You can see it by yourself. If we are 100% and each one of us would go to his own country or his own village and try to make this applicable and try to examine and evaluate the situation of people, it's impossible, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, that you can find that people, yes, would share this and make the properties equal between them. Impossible. It never happened, and it will never happen, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assured in this Quran. So here is one verse that would really make us reflect and think. There's something that we have to believe in. There is a great power. It's the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who grants this and does not grant this the same. For some wisdom, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one. And here is another proof, a side proof, that if there are two gods in this universe, this entire earth will be corrupted, because definitely their opinions, their decisions will be clashing with each other's. Each one he wants to apply his power. Therefore, this is the wisdom of having only one God and one Lord in the entire universe. Everywhere, He is the same one. And that's why He governs the entire universe by His wisdom and knowledge and ability and power and all these names and attributes. So if we really go deeper and deeper in understanding the meaning of every name of Allah, perfect name, we call them perfect names, Asma'ullah al-Husna. If we understand them, we would feel very comfortable in our life. Many of our whys will drop down. Why not me given the same amount or the same provision or the same rizq that's given to this person? Everybody else except the believers who are satisfied by the decision of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They know that there is a wisdom that Allah knows. Allah knows that this person might be responsible later on for a big community or for a big family or for a huge partners with him, and he takes care of them, and therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him something above than the others. Allah knows best because Allah knows what's going on in the future, what will happen in the future, what happened in the past. So Allah has the entire picture of the entire universe. Therefore, He is wise enough, based on His knowledge and wisdom, He makes His decisions. For some wisdom that we don't know, but perhaps when they happen, you may reflect and you will see the wisdom. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes us as a test. Everything that you own and you have is a kind of test for you. Allah watches you and me and them and every human being to see how He is going to use His properties. Is He going to use them in the way Allah asked Him to use it or not? Because this is a test. So sometimes you feel very proud, you think that you are very happy, and this is not the truth. You will discover after some time that this wealth that you own may change into and may become as a curse for you. You don't know how you're going to spend it. It may be a reason that something negative may happen in your life. And then, and only then, you will start blaming yourself. This is, I would say, simply because you did not have an opportunity to reflect about the names of Allah and the meanings and what is the significance of this attribute Allah has and the other name that Allah. And all attributes and names of Allah are perfect. No exception. All of them are perfect. So He takes from this and He gives this for wisdom. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so fair to everybody because He knows the exact details, minute details that will happen throughout your life. Therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who decides and is the one who grants this, and He takes from this and makes those equals and so on and so forth. Yet, are you among those who deny the favor of Allah? Or are you the one among those who accept these favors of Allah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives His favors to whom He wants for His own wisdom, the absolute wisdom that you don't see among humans, because they are weak humans. They make mistakes, they err. Therefore, they are not the ones to take this. And this is a quality only of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we read these perfect names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you cannot imagine the amount of satisfaction that comes to you because you find the answer for all the questions that you used to have in your minds. Hundreds of questions come to our minds. We ask this question because we don't know Allah. The moment we know Allah, we start knowing about Allah, the moment that we start seeing the wisdom or part of the wisdom, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala selected this and selected this. And remember, one of the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is that لا يسأل عما يفعل. He is not to be asked about whatever He does, whatever decision He takes. Yet they are to be asked. They, as humans, they are to be asked. They deserve these questions to be asked. We need to ask humans about that because we consider ourselves are responsible humans. Yet this is totally different from the concept that we have about Almighty Allah. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for showing us these guidelines, for helping us to comprehend them. And we continually ask Him to give us the ability and the talent to share this kind of valuable knowledge with other human beings. Ameen, ameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.